Are you ready for? Are you ready for?
Trap Daddy. I don't really mind going against Trap Daddy. Trapper games just completely snowball whether you have one gen done or one gen left to get done. Everybody ends up in traps and hooked and nobody survives. Maybe somebody gets hatched. But I actually love Trapper matches. Trapper matches are chaotic. They're funny. I love them. I kind of love Trapper matches. So Trap Daddy kind of falls here for me. Bing bong. Bing bong, bitches. Necessary. Don't love bing bongs. But they kind of give that spooky vibe to DBD that not a lot of the killers do bring. There's only a few killers that kind of make you nervous that way. And Wraith kind of does that. I don't hate Wraiths. I don't love Wraiths. They kind of fall here for me, but I don't hate them. I don't hate bing bongs. So bing bong gets a C tier for me. Bilbos. I hear a Billy loading into a match and I hear that chainsaw. I'm very excited. I love Billy games. I love facing Billies. Billy probably A tier for me. Billy's an A tier for me. I feel like Billies usually have a lot of personality. They're fun. Again, their skill can range hugely from brand new baby Billy or Billy who's gonna nail you with a 90-degree turn. You wanna talk about S tier killers for me? Y'all not gonna like it. Nurse goes into S tier for me. I load into a match. I love hearing the nurse sound. Love it. Does not give me DC anything. I immediately hear a nurse and I check to see if she has a Mori. I love going against nurses. Some of them are disgusting. Well, I don't love it than a nurse. I get excited. I get really excited when we load into a match. I love nurses. I love facing them. I think they can be a challenge. A good nurse can be a real challenge, but being able to get around a nurse and loop her and again, right? She's kind of spooky and I like that. I like that. Mikey. Of course. I love Mikey. Mikey is also S tier for me. One of the few that I think I know there are people who don't love Mikey, right? They don't love scratch mirrors. They load into a match, they kind of groan. Is he scratch mirror? Is he not? Wondering if he's scratch mirror, vanity, tombstone, infinite T3. Like, I think there's so many things with Mikeys that you're so unsure of that keep you on your toes too. And I love Mikeys. Hags. I don't love hags. Don't love hags. They're all about protecting that fucking Devo or some shit. They scare the shit out of me. They're one of those that I don't love. I don't love when I load into a match. I don't hate them. I don't hate hags. They don't fall in the D category for me. I'll give her a C. Docs. Fucking hate Docs. Doc's the one that I get into a match and I hear him or hear that sound, that his chase music, whatever it is. I hate it. I groan. I don't like it. Probably because I do run like flashbangs, flashlights. The one thing though I do like, and I've learned about Docs, that you can head on while you're still crazy. If you are fully crazy from Doc, you can still head on, and that blows my mind. But normally, I don't like Docs. I don't like Docs. Huntress. Solo queue experience against a Huntress. I feel like a lot of people go down pretty quick to Huntress. But I also feel like sometimes Huntresses can be like babies, like new, right? It can be tough to like gauge your aim and all those things if you're new to Huntress and, the pullout, gauging your pullout timing and all that too is tough with Huntress. I don't hate her. I get into a match, whether I'm solo queue or full swift, she's my main. I don't groan. When I get into a match with her. Huntress is A tier for me. Bubba. I feel like a fun Bubba is rare, right? A chest Bubba. Imagine needing to pull out. Imagine. I feel like chest Bubba is amazing. We had one yesterday. We hadn't had one in so long. I like Bubbas. Bubbas are, again, one of those for me that I get into a match and I'm like, yes, let's go. It's a Bubba. I have to put them with Bills. Freddy. Love to play Freddy. Freddies don't really have personalities the majority of the time, right? Nobody ever is like, oh, it's a Freddy, so fun. Nobody thinks that way about Third Degree Daddy, so. I don't hate to face a Fred. I don't hate Freds, though. Fred's C tier for me. Fred is C tier for me. Piggies can be fun. Sometimes you can boop them. They're fun to be in loops with too. I don't hate them. Traps are fun. Again, like solo queue experience, watching somebody cross the line on an open gate, not knowing that their trap is going to explode on them, is some of the funnest shit I will ever fucking see in game. Because of that, Piggy goes mid for me. Piggy goes mid for me. I don't hate Clown. Don't like him. Don't like him. It's very rare. I feel like they have personality. I hate hearing him cough and mix his fucking bottles in game. As soon as I load it and I hear that it's a clown, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Spee. I like Spee. While very similar to Nurse, when they load in, I get excited. Kind of same concept. I like facing Spee. I think being able to nail a Spee with a pallet while they're mid, blinking, teleporting, same as like Nurse too. Oh my god, you feel godly hitting that fucking pallet on them, as long as they don't have, you know, Spirit Fury. But I don't know if I would say she's A tier for me. That Haunted always fucks me because I'm a totem gobbler. So she goes B tier for me. Easy. Plague, Legion, both of them. See you fucking later. Hate Legions. Just hate them. They will forever. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Despise them. Thana Legions. We went against a Thana Legion yesterday and we literally died, like, let the men take us. They DC'd, telling that we're boring. Like, no, sir. You're the most boring killer to ever exist. A Thana Legion, thank you for DCing for us so we didn't have to. Honestly. Plagues. Solo queue experiences, Plagues. Not fun. Either people cleanse too early, they don't cleanse at all, they cleanse to go to a hook and somebody's already sick at. There's just a lot there that, and especially in a solo queue experience, do not like. Plagues are definitely up there for me. Plagues for me too, probably fall ahead of these two for me too. Plagues Mori, chef's kiss. Ghosties. Ghosties are fun. Not all ghost faces are friendly. We have learned this. Some of us have learned this. I find less and less that they have personality anymore, where I feel like before ghost faces used to be like a lot of fun and, you know, kind of memey and have personality. I don't feel like that really exists anymore with ghost faces. I think you have more personality sometimes in like Weskies and Emmys than you do now with Ghostface. So for me, Ghostface kind of C tier. I don't love him. I don't love to face him. I don't think his ability or like any of his stuff that way is like bullshit or anything like that. I just don't love to find out that it's a Ghostface. He's not my favorite. Demos probably also fall B tier for me. Don't love them, don't hate them. They're fun to loop. I think solo queue mostly can do pretty well against. You could either have a 4-man out, no man out, 2K. I feel like while they're not wild cards in the sense of how the match might go, I just feel like everyone feels pretty mid with Demos. His ability isn't something you have to learn how to counter too much. It's just kind of one of those that Onis might be an unpopular opinion. I love Onis. I actually really love basing Onis. I think they can be so fun. I think they're kind of rarer too. I think that being an Oni and being able to have the ability down of an Oni and really get those charges, knowing when to use your power up. A lot of people think like Oni slug, they don't slug, kind of with Mikey's in T3, unless he's an infinite T3. I don't think you should do that, but you only have so much time to use your power, right? I like Onis. I think they're so fun to chase. I think they're scary. I think they get your adrenaline going. You hear that across the map. I think it's fun. I think he's a lot of fun. Yeah. Peepaw. Peepaw kind of falls like this for me. He's not somebody I like. I load in. I feel like they always have Bloodwood in or Noed. They can be fun sometimes when they like reel you in and they're like giving you nodders and stuff. I think they have a little personality, but for the most part, I don't think they're that fun. I think they can be fun sometimes to loop, but it's stuff like Trickster, like Trickster can like hit through small openings and things like that. So can Peepaw, and I think it can make it more difficult in a solo queue. Pyramid Head, me personally, don't hate them. They don't fall here for me. They probably fall like this for me. I can't run them. I don't do a good job running them. I think that they can be difficult with cages, and when people don't know if they have the barbed wire around their symbol and solo queue, like who should be going for the cage and who shouldn't be going for the cage. I think there's a lot of confusion, even though that Pyramid Head has been around for so long now. I think there's where he is a little rarer. I think it's people struggle more to run him. Blights. I love blights. I same thing. I hear a blight load in and I'm like, yes, let's go. I think he's fun. I think good blights are really hard to go against. So are nurses or a lot of the other killers too. But I get excited. I get excited when I hear that it's a blight. I think that their rush attacks, trying to dodge them. Certain loops are really good against him. Certain loops are really hard against him too. So he is very difficult to go against a good one, no matter who the killer is, right? It's difficult to go against any killer who is good, but there's something about blights that I have so much fun getting into a match and hearing that it's a blight. I usually have a lot of fun with that. Twins, I don't hate twins. I feel like they're too rare in my opinion to hate. Solo queue experience, C tier for me. Swifts, I might put them mid. But solo queue, I think that twins usually wins against a solo queue. I don't think people know how to go against them. Tricky. I always expect tricksters to, I don't know, be better, more personality, just be a more fun killer. And I think that I've literally met maybe 2 or 3 tricksters that actually have fucking personality. Because of that, and I think because a lot of people, with his update too, I think that he's tough to get into a solo queue with. So I'm gonna put Tricky C tier. I'm gonna put him C tier because I think he's tough. I think he's tough. I think he's harder in solo queue. I think he has an advantage in solo queue. I do. Nemis. I like Nemis. I think they're fun. I hate that they changed that you can't head on zombies anymore and didn't fucking tell anybody. I don't groan when I hear Nemi. Nemi's B tier for me. I like facing Nemis. I think they're fun. I think they're a lot of fun to loop. Good or bad Nemis. I think Nemis have a lot of personality. I think solo queue experience. Most people have a solid handle on Nemis too. Excuse me. I like them. Pinhead. Let's just, you know what? Pinhead gets his own. Do you want to know why? Pinheads are fucking dicks. They're dicks. They're so mean. They do stupid shit with their box. They torment survivors with their box pre-update when they would camp the box and ruin and undying, all the dumb shit that pinheads do. Dislike them the most. Out of all of them. Crow. The artist. Bird bitch. I don't hate her when I load in. Again, I feel like she's kind of rare. Good crows, good bird mommies know how to shut down loops, and they can be difficult to play against. Solo queue experience, I feel like artists do really well. I don't hate artists, but I feel like they're rare. I might actually put her at B tier. I think if you're still playing artist out of this whole group of killers, if you're still playing artist and you have a good handle on her, you're probably a really good bird lady. Onryo. Before the changes to Onryo, I'd probably would have put her at like B or C. She goes D tier for me now. I think people who play Onryo, unfortunately now, solo queue or not, I think the people who play Onryo now are not people who are like, oh, let me try this ability out. I think it would be fun. I think people play Onryo because she's overpowered right now. People don't know what to do against her. I don't think you're a fun killer if you're choosing Onryo, because 9 times out of 10, you're playing her like an asshole. Dredge, I actually really like Dredges. Dredge for me might be A tier. I think that they're spooky. They can be tough to go against. Their ability is a good ability. I think solo queue wise, people tend to do all right against him. I think Dredge are one of the few killers that bring like a little bit of chaos and make you nervous to go against him in game. Unpopular opinion right now, and I know I might get some hate for this. Wesky kind of falls like this for me. I think personality, if we were talking personality specifically, I'd probably put Wesky in A tier. I'm gonna put Wesky in B tier. Solo queue experience, I think Wesker's kind of the same thing with some of these guys like that. Wesker's probably getting somewhere in a mid, like a 2. We're getting a 2-man out and he's getting a 2K. Knight. Don't love Knights. Skirchant. 2 of them can go right in there. Skirchant. Going up there though. Skirchant's definitely going up there. I'm not gonna give her own category. Cause I feel like that. I feel like the player base for Skirchant's player because she's hot, right? I don't think majority of people who play her well. I don't think that if you don't know how to play her well, even with her ability, you're probably not going to do well in the match. Solo queue experience is going to suck. I think solo queue experience is worse to face her versus like a full Swift. She can still completely suck, but she's up there. I don't like her. I think her ability is fucking stupid. I think the fact that she doesn't have to do anything at all. She could literally stand still after putting out her drones and survivors get injured. Singularity, meh. Don't hate them. Don't think there's enough of them to be like, oh, they're a top tier Singularity. We better watch out. I feel like somebody's playing Singularity, it's a challenge because I think there's like 2 Singularity mains out there. I don't think Larry is somebody I load into a match and it's just kind of like, okay, it's a Singularity. Haven't seen one in a while. Like, this ought to be fun. You know, cool, let's go against him. It's Singularity. Xeno. Xenos fall like this for me. Don't love them. Don't love them. They're all right. I load in, I'm kind of like, I'm gonna leave him here in the D. They're getting the D. Solo queue experience, I think for the most part, you're not getting out of the match. You're not getting out of the match against even a decent Xeno. I think that, even myself included, I'm not good about putting turrets down. I think a lot of survivors aren't good about grabbing turrets, taking the time, putting them down. I can't run Xeno no matter how hard I try. Totally agree. Chucky. Kind of like we were talking about Wesky earlier. It is so saturated right now by Chucky that I think it's hard to enjoy. I think it's hard to enjoy Chucky right now. I do feel like Chucky, I know that they've said that they fixed it. Chucky's flicks feel strong. They feel too strong for the movement and the smallness of Chucky, the ability. I think that there's some things there that do need to be tweaked for Chucky. I don't think he's a terrible killer. I don't think his ability's terrible. I think his ability would be, I think survivors would feel better against going Chucky's ability if they were like tweaked just a hair. I think the hidey home mode is a great concept. I think he can be scary to go against. I got pulled off of a gen recently by a Chucky, and that hasn't happened in a while from a Chucky. That hasn't happened from a while in a Chucky. And so I do like I like the killers that give you like that creepy factor that you feel a little chaotic, you don't know which way they're coming from. I want to put Chucky higher in the list, but solo queue experience, and I'm going to add personality into this one. I think because there is such a widespread pool of Chucky right now, I hate to say it, I don't want to do it, but how I feel right now at Chucky's, not enjoying it. But here is my killer list. This is my ranking. I'm very excited to see what you guys thought. I'm very excited to see. All right, I'm excited. I'm excited to see this. All right, you ready? You ready? 587 votes. Let's go, you beans, you sweet, sweet beans. I'm very excited. Are you all excited? I'm sure you've all seen this, but interesting. Oh my God, so interesting. Starting from the top, I'm happy to see Nurse there. I'm very happy to see Nurse there. Ghostface doesn't surprise me. Blight doesn't surprise me. Speed surprises me a little. I'm not gonna lie. Mikey's and Oni's, I feel like these are fan favorites, right? People love Ghostface. I'm actually surprised to see so many who put Nurse in S tier. Actually, I am. I'm happy about it because I think she's so much fun. Oni surprises me a little too. I don't know why I wouldn't expect that from a whole community, right? From 18 different people. Would not have expected Oni to fall here, but I'm happy about that. I am happy about that. My biggest surprise is Chucky. Okay, that's interesting too. The big split here. That was close. The Chucky one surprises me. The Chucky one surprises me the most, I'm not gonna lie. Huntress, Demo, Xeno, Pinhead. Disappointed in you all. Disappointed in you all. Demo doesn't surprise me either. That's not a surprise. I think the only one in here that's surprised me. Pinhead. Very disappointed. Not mad. Not upset. I'm just disappointed. This grouping doesn't surprise me either, actually. Interesting. Interesting. Whoever did this, whoever gave this, is this you, Oreo? Is this you, Oreo? Clown could have been in D tier. I'm so proud of you all. I'm so proud of you for this, and this.
Let's go!